Welcome, everybody. We have a very special program for you guys. We're going to talk to you about immigration to Panama, a wonderful country, and also about insurance. Currently, right now, we have a wonderful person. Her name is Miss Rainelda Mata-Kelly. She's very well versed, very knowledgeable of everything that has to do with immigration to Panama. There's a lot of people coming to Panama from all the corners of the world, from Europe, from the US, Canada. And obviously, I'm going to be asking her a few questions about um, the immigration process, why Panama, etc. So thank you for being here, Rainelda. We appreciate your time. And
Thank you very
I'm
much.
no, thank you. And the first question is, I know Panama is a beautiful country. Um, but what are the main reasons that people really are so attracted to retire in Panama?
Well, thank you first of all for inviting me. It's been a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Panama has consistently been considered one of the best places in the world to retire because it has a good standard of living. It's a very cosmopolitan country, and it also has legislation that makes it quite easy for people to come and establish residency here. One of the main advantages is that it doesn't matter what residency program you apply under. Once you become a permanent resident, you only have to come to Panama a couple of days short of every 2 years to keep your permanent residency, unlike other countries that require that you live a certain amount of months every year in their country. Also, the pensioner residency visa is probably one of the better known ones. And it's so simple. You just have to be receiving a lifetime pension of at least $1,000 and have a clean police record. In the case of US citizens, that would be the FBI report. In the case of Canadians, the RCMP report. And with those two documents, basically, that's all you need. You come to Panama, we help you. You have to have a lawyer help you through the process. And in 2 weeks, you get an interim resident card, and less than 6 months, you get permanent residency. It is really the easiest, fastest, and least expensive of the alternative residence. And it gives you permanent residency, and it also gives you an array of discounts. Because in Panama, be it Panamanian or foreign residents, are entitled to discounts on an array of things from airplane tickets to restaurants to legal fees, professional fees, medical services. So it's really is very good in that sense. So a lot of people come here to retire, be it that they're living all the time in Panama, or they are traveling and coming only, say, for the winter months in the north, and of course enjoy a very free, cosmopolitan life, warm weather, beautiful beaches, and if you like the mountains, we have some of those too, and cooler weather. So it's really a great place to live and certainly a good place to retire.
That's amazing. And actually, as you know, I've been to Panama a few times in the past, and the thing that is so special about Panama is what you mentioned, that you have the beaches and the cool weather, so you can live in the mountains of Chiriquí, obviously, and obviously in the beautiful beaches that you have all over the country. My question to you is, do the Latin American citizens have a different process than the Europeans or the Americans, or is exactly the same process as they go through?
Thank you for the question. For the pensioner visa, the process is exactly the same for everyone, unless they come from a country that has restricted access to Panama, and there's a list of those countries. But all of Latin America, North America, and Europe are, and Australia and New Zealand, to be general, are all included in the pensioner visa. There is no nationality restriction. so far as you're receiving a lifetime pension of at least $1,000. Mind you, this is not just any income, it has to be a formal lifetime pension. Then, with that and a clean police record, they can apply for residency, no problem. There is one program that is specific to 50 countries only, which include the US, Canada, Europe, and a few other countries. And that one is the Friendly Nations visa. And this one does require an investment, basically an investment of $200,000 in real estate or in a fixed term deposit account, or that you have a job offer in Panama, and then that allows you to come and live here. It's a longer process because it's an investment visa, it's not the pension or residency visa, which is one application. So, but it is a way of other nations, like within those 50 countries, to actually come to Panama and establish themselves before they actually are retired and have a pension.
Thank you for your explanation. It's very interesting because today we have a lot of millennials that are not retired, they still want to work, and they don't have a retirement or pension yet.
Right.
They still want to work from Panama, enjoy the beautiful weather, the beautiful landscape. So the investor visa, it's also very interesting for those people. My last question I wanted to ask you is how long it takes for either someone who invests or come as a pension to get the residency in Panama? How long it takes the process overall, more or less?
Sure. With the pensioner visa is very fast. We need you here for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, you get an interim resident card that allows you to live here right away if you want, or go home and come back. And normally it takes about 4 or 5 months for the visa to be approved, and you come and get your permanent resident card, and that's it. That's all the process. The Friendly Nations visa or investor visa is on a different track. It is actually on a 2-time application. So you first come for 2 weeks, apply, and about 5 months later, your visa for 2 years is approved. Your provisional 2-year visa is approved. And then at the end of the 2 years, you apply for the permanent visa. And 6 months later, you get your permanent residency card. So again, straightforward, but it does take longer on the Friendly Nations visa rather than on the pensioner visa.
Excellent. Overall, I think based on, because we met in this wonderful expo in Las Vegas, and I remember that as insurance people, Panama was one of the top 3 countries that people were interested in retiring. So I definitely suggest everyone to talk to Rainelda Mata-Kelly, to her law office, and they can help you with all the immigration process. And I know for a fact that other countries charge more to get and be a resident. So I think it's a done deal. I mean, it's a really good deal for people to retire or invest in Panama. So thank you so much for sharing this information.
You're welcome, Gabriel, and I take the opportunity that I have you with me to ask you some questions of my own. Some of my clients, as you know, perhaps for experience, our Panamanian health care is fantastic on the private side. On the government side, unfortunately, is underfunded and not as good. So we encourage all our clients to get private health insurance so that they can take advantage of all our good private health services. But I do come across clients who, especially pensioners, who are older and perhaps have pre-existing conditions, and they have a harder time to get healthcare insurance coverage in Panama. So my question to you would be, what do we do with them? Is that something that you can help with?
Absolutely. There is only one carrier in the market that accept people that they can apply up to the age of 100.
Wow.
So it's not an issue, and it's an insurance that covers you globally with all the great hospitals as well that are in Panama, like Punta Pacifica, that is a state-of-the-art hospital. I know about it. So the medical treatment in Panama is great. But if you want to check a second opinion in another country, you can be covered. Regarding pre-existing, it depends on the case. So it depends how is his health. So the underwriters of that carrier check everything. They check the BMI, they check the medication, they check what treatments or surgeries the person had. And according to that, they make a determination. I do have a little bit of strength inside the carrier because we've been working with them for a while, but it's not unlimited because the carrier also takes a risk. So they will not take any risk to have someone completely uh, unhealthy to be in the insurance, but it's a very, very strong insurance. I have my dad that actually he's an expat in Panama. If I knew about you, I would refer to you as well. But he came a while ago, and he has one of the carriers we represent.
Mhm. Yes, that is so important for clients because, as I say here, I believe after year 74, most companies will not cover healthcare unless it's on a very, very, very limited basis and tied to a specific hospital. So it is wonderful to have an alternative for them. And how is the cost in comparison to perhaps what we can pay in Panama? Can you give us some idea of the cost of insurance for people in this category?
The cost varies a lot by age
Mhm.
and by the package of the plan. So the
Okay.
beauty of that is that you can have a plan that has the doctor's offices included or without the doctor's offices. So
Mhm.
what happens is that if a person does not have the doctor's offices, only the hospitals, and he
Mhm.
pays cash to the doctors, his premium will be around half of the price, which is a very good thing to have because if you have the doctors, you just have the doctors and you're paying a premium for not going to the doctor.
Yeah.
So these are plans that are custom made
Mhm.
according to what you want.
Mhm.
Another thing that you can do is you can custom made if you want to have it in the US or not in the US. Because if you have a plan that includes the US, also is double.
Of course.
So that's why it's very difficult to know exactly the price, but I can tell you that those plans are very, very competitive. And this carrier is the number one in the world. And actually, right now, we're trying to set up some kind of synergistic cooperation with a broker in Thailand as well, because there are also a lot of people going there. I mean, Panama is one of the top by going there, but that's the beauty of having an international insurance. It covers Panama and other parts of the world as well.
Absolutely. Well, that's fantastic information. Thank you so much, Gabriel. That I'm sure will be very valuable to some of my clients who are in need of private insurance, health insurance coverage in Panama, or are thinking of moving to Panama and have that as a priority to sort out their private health care. Mhm.
Yeah, we'll be happy to anyone that has any questions regarding insurance can have a consultation with us. We don't charge for those consultation, but it's important to sit with those people that are interested in insurance and explain them thoroughly how it works to avoid misunderstandings. But we only work with top carriers. We don't like to work with companies that just started their journey.
Quite correct.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your questions. And It was great talking to you about immigration and your questions about insurance. So anyone that is interested in contacting us, please call us at the numbers that are basically are showing up basically in the video, and we'll be happy to talk to you.